and welcome back to the part 2 of this drawing session of this wonderful drawing of Ferdinand Hodler. It's called the Chalets at the Rigi, and it was made in 1861. It's a public piece of painting, hangs on the National Museum in London. So this was a lovely painting of his that I found because I'm very fond of landscapes, and the reason I picked it was because it showed a vista of a simple painting made to look dreamy and realistic, right? I also, in the original image, when I cropped it using my GIMP tool, GIMP, I don't know if you've heard of GIMP, excuse me, it's an application just like Photoshop, but it's free. It does pretty much everything Photoshop does, and it allowed me to crop the image, the original landscape, and produce this image, which I changed the hue, saturation, and the colors to make it a little bit more prominent than the original, a bit more vibrant, to cater to the modern crowd. So this was done well over, 1890s. This was done well over 180, less than 200 years ago. So let's see what we've done. So we've got so far in the trace mode using block coloring, we've got this far, right? There are obviously details that you can see here that have not been applied to this painting, and that's what we're going to do. But we got here very quickly in the space of like 20 minutes. We did this. I don't know if it'll obviously take you longer if you're new to this, but I showed you how to do block coloring, which based on tones, like for example, just if you're new to this, here I pick a color, and then I'm simply just putting these colors down. You see, I'm adding tones. So the color picker is allowing me to pick these tones. Yeah, that's it. At this brush side. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through all these areas. And look here. This is what we're going to do here. Look, see that? We're going to try and pick the color tones. So I'm going to the extreme end, pick these color tones, and just see that tone I picked up, and then this one there. See that tone? That's a different color tone. And then that's all I'm doing. So essentially, if you look here, I'm flicking between my drawing and the reference image, my drawing, reference image, my drawing, and you can see right away that I need to do this here, that color, and then there's that lovely blue color. So I'm going to do that. Look, I'm zoomed in at 480%. Let's just do that for practice. Here, right there, blue, and then there's another haze of colors there. Okay, you can see it. Then here, lovely yellow, and there's another blue color here. You see that flicking? My reference image, my drawing, reference image, my drawing. We haven't got quite the colors here, so let's lay down that color, and then we got some lovely luscious yellow here going on. So you can see it's very blocky. That's why it's called block coloring. Now I'm going to introduce you. So I always like to change things up here so you can learn, because I don't want to say the same thing and it's not getting through to you, right? So I'm going to actually change things up and make sure you follow. See here, that tone here, that color goes here, and then we've got a yellow here, which we don't want. That's that color here. So I'm going to show you this line brush here now. I'm going to take this down to about 20%. I'm going to show you how this works. So keep it at 5.5. So I've just brought this all the way down from 100 to 20%, okay? So let's see what happens with this. See that? It's adding another dimension to this tone. And do you know what that is? Can you guess why that is? You probably can't. Right? So what's happening here? Look, it's almost like diffusing the hard blocky edges. I'll show you what's happening. What's happening is that this setting here basically means that if you're here, that, let's take that up. That is the color that you're not going to get anything thicker than that. Look, this color here, I'm going to demonstrate this gray patch here. That color, right, is this. Okay, let me take it down. This. Let's go over it. The same color, nothing different. Now, let's take that to 50%. This. So that is half the tonal color of this brush. But let's go over it. Look. Oh wow, look. It's picking up in tones. What does that remind you of? Yep, you got it. It allows you to do shading, essentially. It allows you to shade, meaning build up the tones like that. So that's why when I did 20%, let's open it up 30, 26. 7%, right? Now you'll see what I'm doing here. You're going to fully understand that. Let's take that down. And then you're going to say, wow, this is so powerful. Look at these tones. Look at these colors. Look, watch what happens how I'm adding these very light tones. It's almost like a blending effect. Look at this blockiness, choppiness. Let's try and diffuse it with our newfound density setting. So we can adjust it and then increase it so we get more of an effect quickly. Look at that. Just increase that too. See that? Just increase that. Look at that. How we're going to get rid of this blockiness. Right? We're going to get rid of this blockiness here. Look. Because the real images are never about hard edges like this, blocky. It's actually very... Let's pick that. So, see? And then here, pick the colors. See that? That sort of got rid of that whole entire blockiness. Let's get rid of this blockiness here. And then pick that color and just extend it out to give it like a blocked effect. Let's do the same here. See how it got diffused? Right? That's the traditional way of painting. And look, I'm not delving into tools. I'm still doing the same thing. I'm not going for a blending tool. I'm doing it myself. Let's get rid of this blockiness there. See that? Pick that color. Just diffuse it. And then pick the blue color. Diffuse it. Because life isn't about blocks, is it? It's more reality is a lot more diffused. The colors are diffused, blended. Now, you can catch that effect. Catch that color here. Catch that effect that's intended in the original. Look at that. There. Look at these colors. Right? Just bring them out. And then you'll see what the paint. Look at that. It looks like a cartoon bubble bath, isn't it? And that's why it works for cartoons, this blockiness. But in traditional, it's all chaotic. Colors are chaotic, lovely, and that's how they should be done. And these are techniques to bring back that chaotic style of colors and give it realism. Yeah? So you'll see how this will now get diffused with this, and it will look like something different to what we had before. Right? There. It's already looking different, isn't it? Take out the sharpness, the edges. Here's a different sort of a grayish color, and then you can build up these tones. So ultimately you're adding hundreds of tones by each stroke. That's adding a different stroke. Yeah, you see how it works? And people are wondering how to do this technique. There's no magical science behind it. There's no technical mastery. If you do use, obviously, if you do continue to use, but now I'm completely relying on mine to just blend it out. See what I'm doing? I'm not relying on thing. I'm just completely relying on my. Here, I'm going to blend this out. Look, it's practically gone. Yeah, there's no such thing as you can't use a blending tool for here. Heaven's sakes, can you use a blending tool here? Right? This is the blending tools will require you to say pick specific technical colors and all that. You know, blurring, blending, autocorrection, and all that. You'll find that digital medium will slowly transition to the releasing its lock hold on tools for many years, because it's got a new crowd of painters like myself who are interested in doing fine art, not just vector graphics, illustrations, brochures. That was how it was intended anyway, because of the huge World Wide Web, the demand for online art materials like brochures, e-commerce, all of that required online paintings, pictures. It's not exactly they're going to do one in the paper and take a picture and then upload it. It doesn't work like that. That's why Photoshop became such a huge phenomenon at that time, because it introduced ways of drawing in the ways of drawing in the, how do you call it, in the digital world. Yeah, because so anyone could pick it up. They didn't specifically say, hey artists, you come along. All the artists can apply to do digital art. In fact, the majority of digital artists you see here who are into Photoshop have never had any art training whatsoever. So they're not going to be skilled in the fundamentals, but they're very skilled in the use of the tools. And they're going to be always forever using tools to create their art. I'm getting rid of all these lines here. Right here, let's mix this gray into the screen, right? Let's take it up a bit. Let's mix it up a bit here. We haven't got all there, we. Do you see what it looks like? I bet you're dying to see what it looks like. Look at that, isn't it? How wonderful that is. Yeah, it almost looks like we've done a painting, isn't it? So blended it out. Well, that's what it should be. That's how I create photorealism, because I've got that degree of understanding. Okay, so let's just continue. Let's do this mountain. Let's continue the mountain scene. Take it down to what we had. And peak here. Look at that color picker. See what that color picker makes life so easy. Whereas the traditional artists would have to go and mix the color, get the perfect color tone. We don't have to worry about that. The reason why I can draw so fast and so rapidly in the digital. Isn't that what you want to do? Take these dark colors here, right? Blend it in. When you do all these strokes that I'm doing here, essentially adding multitude of tones, tonal values. Let's pick up some. So you'll see the mountain range is exactly as you wanted it. Just like as you'd imagine. Right, if you want this to be less pronounced, here I'm going to show you, is just go here, click on the button and then just increase it. And then you have much degree, and bring it down, much degree of control, see? So this is the beauty of understanding your tools. Right, look at that, it's beautiful, isn't it? And then you can do the same thing with the with a bigger brush. Right, let's see what we have. So we've done the background, which is perfect, right? Now we need to do, oh, it's a lot deeper, look at that, but we won't add that. I think the way we've done it is probably better. I mean, it's probably got a river going there, but I prefer to keep that mountain scene there. So now let's see what we're going to do here. So you know we're going to do pretty much the same thing here, like we did for the clouds. But the clouds was less diffused, more diffused, I should say, compared to the foreground, which is a little bit harsher. Let's flick between our drawing here and then the one original. See that? So this very pronounced contrast, higher contrasting range all going on in the foreground with this chalet, isn't it? Yeah. And then, but here, let's finish this. Let's finish the mountain range. We haven't done that bottom left. Okay, let's zoom in. Okay, before I do that, I'm going to save this actually. And then I'm going to open it up again because it's a prototype app we're working on. Okay, so now you can see here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take it down. We had it at 20%. Take it really down to get some of the smaller details of this mountain scene. Okay, look at that rolling hills. We can capture that, so we can increase that. Pick some of these wonderful colors and get that. Look at that, beautiful. I'm just picking the colors right there. You can see it? I'm just mixing it up. And now it's softer here as well. I want to soften it up. I think go to a smaller brush, even a bit smaller. Right. See how I'm creating this soft of that mountain, that hilly range here. Look at that. Comes to a lovely green pasture, and we can do that. Same thing he's intended. Let's look at this sort of thing going on. Then another color. So it's effectively a sort of drawing, but adding textures at the same time. Right there. Yeah, you can hardly see it, but let's pick that purple color. Right there, bringing that texture down. Yeah, see how? Let's see what we have. It's wonderful, isn't it? The way that just a little bit of work produced that, isn't it? Now we're gonna go to get to the chalet, right? Let's fix this area. We don't want that. Now let's see that what we've got here. So we'll stick to this 30%, 2.6, and then we'll get some of these textures that are happening. These colors. So color. So that came a little outwards a little bit, so we fixed that. And now we've got this wonderful green. Look at that, even the brush is too big for that. Look at that there. Right? Look, it's even got the wonderful hill. I bet that's a majestic view, man, isn't it? He's kept the chalet, the residence, very tame, and he wanted the whole image to capture the essence of this grand landscape. It's not blue. And now you're getting really into the underbelly of the towns. Well, we're creating these shapes. See that? There. Wow, that's probably, I would like to be standing there in that room, particular room here, and then looking out to the grand landscape. Okay, so look how I'm doing the textures. I'm not keeping the tone there, 30%, 2%. So I'm here now. This was what I was going to do in Turner's Salisbury, but then things got different and then I had to do it in freehand. But I hope you can see the value of what I did in freehand. The bigger brush you have, the more quickly you're going to, otherwise it gets too like technical, it becomes too technical in nature. Let's get this, make this sharp edge, and then get this green here. Right, so that's like a beautiful room, I think. It's such a majestic, I'd love to be there. Looking out to the vast mountain scene. Okay, there's the top of the, it's almost got like, moss or something growing on it, isn't it? But we can still make this work, right? That's all we're doing. Look at that dark color. I got that, picking that dark color. This is really good in that it's allowing you to understand shapes, form, drawing skills, everything, tones, everything in once. This method that I'm just showing you. Yeah, this method I'm showing you is very important. Don't think that it's nothing. Keep focused on what I'm doing. I'm changing, I'm doing a few things all at once. Getting these colors and then switching back to see what I can see is happening on my drawing. And transferring as much as I can of the original. So basically I'm improving my drawing ability by doing this. Transferring. Not exactly replicating, I'm not worried about that. Just doing enough, just the minimal. And you've seen, if you looked at Turner's drawing that I did yesterday, you'll see that with Turner's drawing, I was just doing globules of the face, but still, the eye made out that there were people there playing on that park next to the river. I'm going to change that up a little bit. Look at that purple, wonderful purple thing that's going up. It's almost like a mountain slope. Right, that's all you want. You just want to just get the colors. So I'm swinging back and forth, right, between what is intended. You know what his mind was going through as he painted this. He obviously didn't have a picture, maybe. Perhaps he did, I don't know. At that time, camera and photos were very limited. I think they were introducing black and white photography. So all I'm trying to do is bringing in details here, capturing some, the essence, not exactly the same thing, just the essence. I'll just finish this and then we'll take a look here. Just bring the essence, because if you look at, you definitely need to pay, you definitely need to go to a museum and see how, like, if you don't want to, just take a look at my Turner's painting and you'll see that from a distance, the artists knew this, the good artists, painters, it looks like a glob, a mess. If you look at their paintings really close, it's a real mess, you know, but if you go far, it all comes together, isn't it, ties together, and that's because of this. This is the way they paint. They don't want to be spending all day going through every intricate detail. This really does improve your drawing skills. Trust me, because I do it, apply it all the time. So we got the side of that building, and you can just create the different. Obviously needs a different brush, different size brush, but we're not too bothered about that. I can pick a different color here. Look, see how many look at that, how we created that chalet. Isn't it amazing? Just carry on, and we're going to just carry on in this mode that we're drawing. That's all we're going to do. We're going to carry on in this different mode. Thinking. Or take this.
If you don't want it, I can have it. Take it.
Okay, just take out some of this. And look at this. It's too like a rigid, right? So we're going to soften it there. And then pick the black. And then perfect. Now it doesn't look unrealistic. Right there. Amazing that he's got this, built this features. I don't know if we're going to build the same rigid vined like roof that he's got, but we can add something right there. And then I'll take some of that purple away. Look at that purple. And then so you can see a roof has this kind of, just adding the essence of the roof. Nothing complicated. Don't get confused with shapes and then throw your arms up in the air and say, that's it. That's all I can do. It's a shame. That's what a lot of people do anyway. Just carry on. You're going to be learning each time. dark thing. We'll carry that dark thing into that tie band he's got right of the roof. See, because we're getting so close to it. This is a form of drawing and painting in a way. Because I'm really good at this style of painting and drawing and traditional. I'm just showing you. See, I'm not venturing into tools after tools after tools. I'm actually showing you. How many people were going to show you a piece of drawing and sit with you and do it? They're not. Because it takes far too long to do the explanation. Look at these variations of that green. Beautiful. Just pick up the random colors of green, like that beautiful, lovely green there. What's this? Looks like a puddle of water, isn't it? It's wonderful to know that you can apply these techniques to any form of art. And trust me, I'm not using the same technique in all the drawings. I'm adopting different techniques. And I have to tell you, I've learned a lot doing this daily tutorial non-stop, not even taking a weekend break from this. See, this is what you can do. Such powerful control. Let's see what we got. Look how we've captured that. This is our drawing. So we're going to take a quick 2-3 minute break. So I'll be back shortly. So stay tuned, okay? Thank you. Hello again, and welcome back. So, as you can see, we've made this painting. This is how far we got. Pretty good, though, isn't it? Quite impressive, considering how we blended and everything. And I showed you how easily that is done. So, we're going to carry on doing. So, I'm going to save this actually and open it up again. I happen to be working on a prototype. So you can see how I shaped by zooming in. See, this is a mishmash of blocks, and we're going to tidy it up. And the way I've been doing it, I'm going to show you again, is I take the left button all the way to my drawing canvas, and then I take it to the right, then I click on my button, and then I'm able to back and forth between. And that's what allows me this powerful capability. So what I can do is go to the far side, select the color picker, and then just basically pick that color and just blend. So remember, I'm using 2%, 30% density settings, okay? Color picker there, and then add that green, shape it. That's all it is. Believe me, if these artists saw digital can be done this manner, they would be hopping out of their graves, everyone. Not because of the tools, but because they have that effect of the whole drawing. They would be creating art like you've never seen before. You won't distinguish it from digital art like most people do. Sad, we have two distinguishing. There's a good reason for that. You should read my blog posts. So I hope you bookmarked my pages and also followed me on paintology.quora.com, okay? This gives me strong reasons to keep doing this, bringing this to you. And you can see some kind of a strand going there. So we just keep that there. And then let's mix this up. Right there. See here, they got that rope here, structure. Could do that as well, why not? Right. Get a little bit of a darker structure. Right, see how it adds like a kind of blending to it. So you can shape everything that we put down previous and fix this. That green, it's not gray. Okay. Right there. This is what you can do. This is drawing. Then we can use that same color just to go under the belly here, just to give it form. And I got these wonderful slabs that are coming down. So don't make it too uniform. Just make it chaotic. That green. then it's got this area of the house or the chalet that goes underneath. So this is like a drawing exercise. But the important thing is that you're practicing and learning these strokes that are important to, just like I'm doing here. You're not using tools. If you go for tools, trust me, your lack of confidence shows up. You just dive into tools, you're looking for easy, short, no pain, no gain. And it's not really pain, is it? Basically, you're looking for shortcuts to everything. But be fearful of that, because you may be taking shortcuts to all the other things in life. So be very careful when you make these important decisions that impact your life. I'm not trying to be a philosopher, but I've lived long to know what makes someone good and what makes someone, one of my driving factors is being in peace with yourself. And you're not in peace with yourself if you don't be honest with yourself. That's my motto. See that white mark? So we're going to clear that with the green tapestry of colors here. And then adding at the same time these colors that we did not capture. It's wonderful the way we're doing that. Look, he's got this going here. And then he's got this lovely green patch that goes here. That's what we're doing. And he's got this brown patch. So this is like drawing. In fact, this is the way I'm using a lot drawing techniques here. Look at these colors, tones. Let's add the tones here, right? Right, giving it depth. Right there. So all these tiny details that make up this wonderful art piece. Maybe I'll give it to the National Museum and say, this is what I drew on Paintology. Are you interested? You can get others to draw like this. Appreciate the great works of art, right? See this? And then use vertical marks as well. The green color there. You can hardly see it, but your eyes are going to make out these tones. Look at that side of the building. I don't know how a house with such majestic views can stay so neglected. Perhaps they built it because there's no one can reach it, perhaps. It'd take probably half a day for a donkey to get up there. The help of a donkey, right? And so nobody wants to live there, so what's the point? Even though they're going to wake up to these majestic, beautiful views of this planet. Let's have a look. Pretty good, isn't it? I bet he would be pleased, isn't it, with that? Let's save that and then open it up again. You don't have to do that. I'm doing it because I'm working on a project. Look at that. Wonderful, isn't it? We pretty much got some of this without even looking at the details of it. Right there. Let's carry on now. Again, look at this wonderful path that he's done with these colors. I'm going to carry on. Right, zoom in if you need to look at the details, right? And then so we can capture more of these details. This is a really excellent way of maintaining your drawing skills. Anything you put down now, the eyes will formulate some kind of an image of familiarity, right? This is a good exercise in drawing. To be honest with you, it's the first time I've obviously drawn this, but I had no idea how I was going to tackle this, and I'm glad I've chose this path, because it's actually the right path in my opinion. Obviously there's many ways to skin a cat, as they say, but look at that beautiful path. Just do random strokes. Don't try and be too clever and work detail, just random strokes. The more random it is, the more true to nature it is. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but it will when you start drawing. Also, there's something else you should keep in mind. Don't judge unless you have a good knowledge of it. Yeah, because it makes you feel, it'll make you look foolish, especially when you're talking to someone who's more knowledgeable. Maybe you can get away with people with limited knowledge, but you're not. You're not going to get away with people who have a good body of knowledge. See, just adding this little texture helps. Now you got this area right there. Just look at the colors. Try and replicate these colors. Now think of colors, not so much the shapes, and use your squiggly method of, you can see here another color, strand of color that's coming up on this. And then you can see here got lots of dark greens. So that's what we're going to do. Then I could switch out and make it a little bit bigger brush so I can cover more of this area. You could, but you know what? It's better if you just practice. Well, actually, I'm going to. Sorry about that. My mistake. There's me talking. There. Let's go see if we can cover big swaths. This bigger brush. There we go. And then make the work easier. Yeah. There. Look at that big swath of colour, right? Why not? Yeah, we've got a lot to cover there. Yeah, I've got a lot of areas to cover. Yeah. We're back to where we started, isn't it? This dumb brush doesn't. Look at these. Can just keep doing the large swaths, adding another layer of colors. Right, this is a large area. It's practically the same green. I think he took a shortcut here because he hasn't added much detail. And then we can get the smaller brush and add the detail, but he hasn't added much of the hue in the green here, which is quite surprising. It's coming up here now. I'm just taking the opportunity of doing a bigger section of area with these bigger brush, right? So I don't have to, so I have less to do at the end. Right there. Just follow the direction. Right, that's an improvement, right? So now we're going to go back to a smaller brush, still keeping it. We added about 2%, I believe. I'm going to do 3% because we're in a larger region, right? So maybe we can get away with that. So I'm going to actually increase that 40% because we're limited in time. We've actually overstepped the time, but that's not to say I'm going to rush or make a bad drawing. Still going to pull a good drawing together. And then I do that also because people don't tell you when you do things at speed, you can discover stuff that that you couldn't necessarily have done. God, this is irritating. So the path. So we need to. So we just stepped over the. Okay, diffuse that. You can see I'm using the same diffusion idea of the sky that we did. Just a mishmash colors here. That down here. So we got that. Same tone. So trying same color. I've got the bit darker. See how I build up the colors. That's what most artists know this trick. Nothing difficult about it. This color, it's dark color, isn't it? It gives some sort of darker gravel, isn't it? Just start your thing. Don't worry about always sticking to what's being done here. This sort of set back a little bit. Then you could spread the screw black around. See, I'm just taking away some of the green here. And then what we can do is take this color and then separate that out like it's a path, right? And then similarly here. And then if you have a little tiny, then just create that. Where does it go? It goes about here. Then green. The green actually, not the plan we had. This, look at dark color here, just blend it. You can see anywhere here where it needs blending. Could do that with this darker color. We don't want to spend too much time on this, so just cleaning it up right there, and then pick that light green here and just expand it. It'll work just fine right there. It'll give it some texture and form and shape, and will add to realism. Right, that could be a little too dark, so I'm going to pick that green again. Right there. I think we've done it. I think it's done actually. Have a look. Let's take a look, shall we? Alright. Alright, let's see. Whoa, pretty good, isn't it? That's great. So I'm going to actually finish it off with these colors here. Look at that. There's a lot of things going. It's like a storehouse. So let's take it down and increase the density so we can get more of these textures. And then I'm putting it at, I'm putting 100%, not 100%, but so I can accentuate some of these soft tones that are appearing. Let's see if that makes a difference. I think it's some kind of a storage area. Probably they bring all the winter on their stuff, you know, because they don't want to go down all the time, right? There, added. Let's see if that worked. It's sort of, isn't it? It's a little too harsh, so I'm going to pick these colors up, and it sort of worked, doesn't it? And blend it in. So it's giving this a shape. Right, giving it some character inside. Let's add a little bit of that. Let's take a bit down and then add these little things. Not too dark. So you've taken 1.8%, a little bit of this color, dark green, and just giving it texture, form, you know, because it's not too uniform. It's well, because you're going to see some special linear here. Right. I reckon that's done. What do you reckon? Quite happy with that. This is our drawing. Can you believe it? So maybe what we should do is put a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Why not? That's pretty good. Looks like a path going all the way. And then let's go to the black. We got 1.8, 34%. Right there, we've got a path that's going all the way to. So I think someone can go stand there. Someone can go up this path, up the past the chalet, and see the reason why they built this house, because of this wonderful valley and mountains. Just majestic, isn't it? You can never get bored of a view like that. Okay, so I'm going to pick I'm going to finish off here. I'm going to pick that color and do Paintology here. We've just gone like 15 minutes over time, so I hope you don't mind. Thank you very much. This is the final painting, and you can see how well we did. It looks like dust with the light there shining, doesn't it? But still, nevertheless, I think, what's his name? Is it, what's his name? Oh, I forgot his name, but he would be proud of this digital drawing on the phone, I'm pretty sure. So thanks for watching, and till another session, hopefully tomorrow. And please do subscribe and follow me on paintology.quora.com. It really helps. And bookmark the pages I showed you, and then keep learning. That's all I can tell you is please do keep learning. There's nothing really, I mean, probably you got a little bit lost when I was drawing so quickly, but that's all it is. Just draw whatever you see. Be quick about it. Okay? See you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.